Hey everyone, welcome to another interview experience video. Today, we'll go over the overall Amazon interview process. I interviewed with them around October 2019 for Software Engineering 2, position in Toronto, Canada. They give out roughly 160k Canadian annual salary. I believe it is relatively low compared to other tech companies in Toronto such as Google, Uber, or Apple. Amazon is quite well known for not being good at negotiating salary, so you pretty much need to stick with the numbers they give you. In this video, I'll go over the application process and jump right into the on-site interview with actual questions. They allowed me to skip the phone screen interview because I interned with them twice while I was in school. Lucky. Alright, let's get started. The application process was really easy for me because they actually reached out to me. Luckily, Amazon recruiters are really active on LinkedIn. 5 Amazon recruiters reached out to me within 2 months. I don't think they have any coordination on their system to keep track of already reached out candidates. Anyway, I kept receiving messages, so I picked the first recruiter who reached out to me and started the interview process with them. I got a quick phone call with the recruiter and he let me pass the phone screen stage because I already interned with them twice. It was a huge time saver. If you intern at a company and you're interviewing for a full-time role, make sure you ask them if you can skip the phone screen interview stage. They should already have enough signals from your internship records to tell whether you're eligible to come for an on-site interview or not. After the phone call, the recruiter sent me some preparation materials. Their interview process is really similar to any other technical on-site interviews. It is comprised of system design, coding, algorithm, and behavioral questions. One thing I noticed from Amazon on-site interview though, they ask a lot of behavioral questions. In each interview, they ask at least 1 or 2 behavioral questions before they start the actual coding or system design question. For example, they ask something like, describe a situation where you had conflict with a coworker and how you managed to respond or resolve. Let's go through the schedule for the on-site interview before we dive into individual questions. First, I had a technical deep dive with a software development manager. I had to explain to him one of my past projects in detail, and he asked me several follow-up questions afterward. It consisted of both technical, for example, system design, different trade-off, and general aspects such as working with others, resolving conflicts. Then I had a coding interview, then lunch, and a system design interview with a senior software engineer, and an algorithm and coding questions afterward. In my first coding interview, they started with some general behavior questions and asked me to implement a simple version of Amazon Locker service. He asked me to assume there are only 3 different types of packages: small, medium, and large. They did not provide me an interface to work with. I had to come up with requirements by asking questions and implement my own interface and its implementation on their own coding IDE. It was worse than CoderPad, seriously. Auto-completion did not really work well, so make sure you get really familiar with your preferred language before this interview. After lunch, I had a system design interview. The question was to design an event reservation system. He asked me to start with a simpler system to deal with up to 100 events and scale up the system to handle 1 million events with 1 million concurrent users. I think the interviewer was mainly interested in how to keep track of number of remaining spots available for an event efficiently. I included a YouTube video that explains quite well how to manage this with a relational database, so go ahead and watch it. I had an algorithm question right after. The question was, given a list of employees, find the common manager of 2 people. This was really similar to the lowest common ancestor in a binary tree problem, except each node had more than 2 children. I included the solution link in the description as well. The last interview question was another coding one. She asked me to implement a simple version of Linux find command. She asked me to start with only type and name filters. I believe the main focus here was to nicely structure the find command so that you can easily add additional filter options. After the on-site interview, I got the result from them in 2 to 3 days. I thought the interview went pretty well and they extended an offer for me. To be honest, comparing offers from other tech companies in Toronto, it was not that competitive. Their base salary was $115K and stock grant of $160K vested over 4 years. When I tried to negotiate with them with other offers, they provided sign-in bonus of 20k on top of the base compensation they initially provided. Once again, they're not really good at negotiating compensation, so you pretty much need to stick with the numbers they give you. Alright, I hope this video helped for people preparing for Amazon interviews. Please let me know if you have any further questions or want to know my personal opinion about working at Amazon. Also, if you come up with solutions for any of the interview questions, comment below and let's discuss. If you want to hear more about these, please don't forget to like and subscribe.